Time is running out to join the Patreon to continue watching One Piece. Well, it's not. You can join at any time. But yeah, the weeks are passing. Part 70, the last one to arrive on YouTube, is coming fast. And then part 71 onwards will be exclusively on my Patreon linked below. Don't forget you can pledge to the UG tier literally right now and watch parts 65, 66, or you can go one further and pledge the Monkey D. Luffy tier and watch parts 65, 66, 67, 68 and 69 right now. All of this goes to helping support the channel too and lets me be able to keep creating content. Hopefully see you there real soon. In the last video, I spoke a lot about these crowd shots, saying we got them laughing, calm, shocked, and so on. Now we got them having fainted. This was quite surprising given that she too was massively shocked when he used Haki. My guess is she wants to get rid of him regardless now though, maybe because of what he saw on her? Two wins. Firstly, of course, him taking the shot to protect it is worth one on its own. And also, he didn't exactly go flying back when he got hit either, did he? So, did he again use Haki? This is so good. I'm so happy to be back for 6 more episodes, baby. Watch out! Luffy is being a badass again. Doesn't matter how you slice it, dice it, or even how you go about stirring it in. Those quick attacks were not expected. For a battle in an anime, I really liked what she said there in regards to taking him seriously, which rarely ever happens in anime battles, outside of One Piece that is. The impact animation on that was bloody brilliant. Is it just me, or does anyone else think that Oda has put more instances of Luffy swinging around into this arc than probably the entire show before it? I personally love it. So happy to witness Luffy being smart and using his abilities in different ways, such as this. I'm dumb! I didn't even notice he was doing it for the poison and its gas. Let's go! Ah! He's going gear too! I love it so much it hurts and I want to marry it! This girl pretty much thinking anything Luffy does is how every dude is. Even though she annoyingly blocked it, it's clear that Luffy is now able to not only move faster than they can, but he can also hit a lot harder, especially given her reaction to the hit. This attack shockingly having a way more damaging impact than I figured we would see from hair. Quick one for that, as it dates back to my earlier win, that he's moving so quick that even reading his movements ahead of time isn't keeping her up to date. And of course, him using another kind of attack, rather than his normal punches, which don't seem overly effective. No idea if she will get back up suddenly, but talking of shocking again for a moment, the fact that it seemingly took him one big hit to knock her out of the match, now it's 1v1. And Tape Max wins there for the first time this video. She said her defense wouldn't break. It absolutely did, and he did so with such confidence, no less. It was great to see. Couple quick wins again. Firstly, an angry one for her still being in the anime, which you might be confused about, but I'm so full of rage. But also, now witnessing her start to attack, verbally that is, her own sisters because they aren't getting the job done. Plus Oda can totally have another one because I thought the fight was over, but clearly it's not given that they're now both back up and ready to continue. He shocked me again. You know what this just made me think of? I'm so happy that Oda included various different ways for battles to go down. An endless amount of fruits. Normal strength like Sanji and Zoro, Frankie. Now the use of Haki, and of course, whatever exactly these two are using in the different attacks which stem from its use. I could go on and on. It's impressive, man. I'm splitting this into two, it's so good. One, him using Gatling to smash away both their attacks. And of course two, using their space to land an equal attack to both on either side. And a big fat third one for Luffy being insanely smart and winning the battle via basically using his brain. The blowing away of the poison, negating their attacks, and now this. What an insanely awesome spectacle this made for in the zoom out shot. I seriously need to know what this is now. I waited days whilst I covered Spy Family's second half of season 2 just thinking about this very thing. This is why we love Luffy so much really, that he would go this far to avoid their secret from being revealed. But I still insanely need to know what it is, so let's continue. Too long to show, but I liked her reply here. I can't, because he's protecting us right now. Felt quite powerful. Thankfully, her calling for an end to the battle, and I'm doubly thankful, as I'm hoping this will lead right into me finding out what's back there. Whatever her and their history is, it's clearly a troubled and very difficult one, and now we're at a stage where Oda is pouring his brilliance into villains' backstories. How come Luffy is seriously just the best though? Oda keeping up the tenseness for record amounts of time, but most of all, a great ending going into the end there, especially seeing her being human for once and really sounding like the voice actress was crying. Oda really created some of the best poses and angles of her, didn't he? I was surprised at her response to Luffy asking if she was next up. She didn't like the question, but it did have to be asked in fairness. How Luffy doesn't just forget about the girls as soon as the fight is over and goes right back to asking her to turn them back to normal like a legend. That's my damn guy. Didn't even slightly hesitate. In fact, I don't think he even considered the ship side of the deal for a second. Didn't even address it. He just wants to help those who helped him. And he's such an eternal legend for being like this. The girls are all back to normal. That does make me happy. Things were very up and down, but the fact of the matter is that she spoke up for him when it mattered most. How much better is it that they learn of what Luffy did from their fellow Amazons, not off screen from Luffy? Super happy we did get to see the moment itself though, and of course how happy Luffy was to see them back, bless him. I dare say she had a serious change of heart during these scenes. She seemed real different here to me. He can be so funny. He said, I'll happily stick around if there's going to be a big meal, and she said, I really have to thank you, and that's his reply. He makes me laugh. so happy-go-lucky for most of his life until something really counts. He's such a unique character, and I'm truly so happy to get to go along this journey with him. Before we do this, she did show the front too, so quick one for that. Alright, I can't really say I recall having seen that, but obviously let's get into where Luffy knows it from.
そいつのおでこに似たマークがあったから勘違いした。そのマークは知らねえや。
No! After that? It was from Hachi's mark? You gotta be kidding me, man. I know there's highly likely to be more to it than that, but for now, it did make me laugh.
大丈夫。安心して全てを吐き出せ。
I like this old lady, especially since she said you've seen how tolerant he is. Share what you want to share with him. It's really got me back on those old tenterhooks. How this is even such a big deal to a warlord who really doesn't care about what the Navy wants and has made that very clear.
たった2日で今こんな遠い土地へ到達している事実。
I also am really enjoying their confusion on how this happened so recently, and yet he's here of all places so far away.
彼のようなものが。
Had to cut a little there naturally, but her reaction, man, really caught me off guard. Her genuine tears because someone, Luffy, took the fight to one of those scumbags. Wow.
そなたの魚人の友が額に刻むシンボルの意味も。
All this time I thought it was a simple gang mark, and yet clearly there was far more to it than that. I absolutely am so in love with this story and its lore, it's nuts.
天竜人の紋章じゃ。
Not got the full understanding of it just yet, but knowing it's to do with them now makes a lot more sense given her tears earlier.
世界貴族の奴隷だった。
Back-to-back wins. Firstly, it's how this was so serious, it ran into the break without the music stopping. That's a nice touch to keep the emotions high after the reveal. But also it's the reveal itself. Slaves of those scum getting branded with the mark. If I had to guess, it means you then belong to them, and that's why if it were revealed, they said they would have to leave their home maybe. The bestestness is bettered. Seeing those two as kids was quite the shock. I always praised this in other anime, so let me do it here. Oda aging everyone correctly.
クジャの海賊船からわらわたち3人人さらいの手にかかる。
Jeez, the fact that they were able to go up to a pirate ship and silently board it and take those three without even making a sound. This is horrible, man. Like, really, really horrible. Oda is seriously so crazy good at creating these stories and so beautifully creating emotional moments out of them like this. Like, I'm so sad for them and so furious in my gut at those scum. Such a good display of trauma that as soon as the memories are discussed and it's flooding back to her, she loses it. Also take another here because it does explain away how they've acted a lot recently, in much the same way as I described it a few videos back with Arlong and his people. The place is the seat of pretty much evil in the world, but those visuals need a win.
奴隷たちに区別せず何千人ものあらゆる種族を解放してくれたのじゃ。
No word of a lie, it's really late and I should sleep, but I'm utterly captivated writing this script. It's so well done. Also, one more whilst I'm here. This makes sense now why they hate men, why they tested him between leaving or saving the women turned to stone and were confident he would show himself to be selfish. Because that had been their only real interaction with men, and so clearly seeped into their adult lives, as is evidenced by what we've seen, and understandably so.
彼には計り知れない恩がある。
Getting to learn about this guy was amazing, to be honest. Climbed all the way up there by hand, set their palace on fire back then, and freed all the slaves. What a guy!
まるで呪いをかき消すかのように皆の体に刻まれた天竜人の紋章を。
Learning this, but I think what is most shocking to me is that Hachi is still a pretty happy guy in his normal life in spite of what he went through.
あれは 奴隷だったものとそうでないものの区別をわからなくするために刻まれるシンボル。
Ah, right. He may not have been a former slave, like maybe Arlong wasn't either, just had the mark for their pirate group, but they could have been. The story is so good it's unreal.
過去を知られとうない。
Again, voice actress, I think, does such an outstanding job voicing this scene.
あ、しかし久しぶりよにょ。そなたがこうも感情を表に出すにょは。
I thought much the same thing. It's the first time, and again I thank the voice actress for this, that she's being 100% open about everything, letting the truth and all her emotions out.
にょにょ
4番。
わしゃいつも親同然にそなたらを見守って、
Finding out that she brought the three of them back to the island after they were kidnapped and then looked after them.
そなたは奴隷であったわらわを。
だから俺天竜人嫌いなんだって。
There's two single wins to be had here. Firstly, before she asks the question, she grips her clothing tightly. But when she gets the answer, she relaxes. I like that physical symbolism. But also it's the damn scene itself. Now getting me emotional. Like she's wrecked by her past, and I genuinely feel so sorry for her. Made me adore Luffy even more though, even though the answer was clear.
そなたを気に入ったぞ。
Ah, that got me smiling so much. It's like she understood he wasn't going to look down on her. He wasn't going to judge her, and he wasn't going to betray her. So she was like, I like you. She's almost acting like a child. Once the mask had crushed to pieces after telling the story, and her real emotions come out.
目的地を言え。船を貸そう。本当か。
Then this one broke the dam a bit for me. Just seeing her smiling so genuinely full of happiness, and seeing how happy he was made my day. Oda's character writing, man. It's something else.
早くみんなに会いてえな。
I could be completely misreading this, but might she be falling for him a little bit? I really think I might be right. That was so filled with detail, it just had to be shown first. He's such a pig sometimes, I swear.
あの男が私たちの命の恩人。
Oda is so great, he even gave us a change of clothing for these three.
しかもこんな祝いの場に。
ヘビ姫様が許したなんて信じられない。
You know I spoke about factions? We're getting that vibe here again. Some girls are being friendly from afar, calling his name with respect, only to be yelled at. Now here they're saying this. Damn, man! Even going so far as to think it's their job to attack him here.
なんで歌わねえんだよ。
Out of all of the ways I thought this scene would go down, this is very far down the list. I too thought he was going to fight them with the cooking gear. Such a great and highly detailed crowd shot of pretty much the entire place. And definitely another quick one for the fact that he's doing Brook's song, which I've since learned is actually an original song written by Oda. He continues to amaze. And one more for the fact that all the women were laughing and smiling and enjoying the moment together with no sense of being tense anymore. And hey, that rhymes! Easily the biggest laugh him doing this has ever gotten from me, due to the intense look on his face. But also that the night wasn't over just now. I'm very happy for that. That's a new one and I really like it, especially how it uses one of his moves. It was actually nice to see the women built up enough confidence after spending this time laughing with him to actually touch him like this. So it's kind of a mixed one, but firstly, it's a little because there's a line out the door of people who want to touch his rubbery skin, and secondly, it's the crowd, man. It's max wins for that.
いるはず。探して触るのよ。
How Oda basically gave us his version of life on this island, complete with emotional backstories, complex emotions from the girl who saved him, twists and fights, and then gave us a good old ladies wanna touch Luffy moment at the end.
でもかばってくれたんでしょ、私たちのこと。いろいろ聞いたわ。
Looking super kawaii, I gotta say.
ありがとう、ルフィ。
So happy that she got the chance to say a proper thank you before he left as well.
どうしたのかしら、姉様。
A change of clothing for her too. Either there's something quite genuinely wrong with her, or she's really in love with Luffy and doesn't want him to leave, and at this point, I'm really not sure which.
気遣い。誰が？
ヘビ姫じゃ。
You know, with everything going on, this has actually slipped my mind. His reaction though. Buggy made the papers!
白ひげの優秀な部下、オトガス D エースの公開処刑を発表した。
Luffy hearing this for the first time, which is so weird as obviously we've known about it for a few episodes now, but that's how Oda writes his most excellent stories.
エースが処刑。兄ちゃんなんだよ。エースは俺の兄ちゃんなんだよ。
This reaction, by the way, so much better than the shock of hearing she's a warlord, because this is his brother.
この戦いに白ひげが勝てば救われる道もあろうがにょ。
どうしよう。
It's so insanely clever for Oda to write a panicked Luffy, but keep her level-headed, as she reveals he might be okay if Whitebeard wins the battle.
1週間後とあるにょで、今日から実質6日後か。
Oda also being very smart and setting this date off by a day, since it's now been 1 day since the pirates got it.
世界政府専用の海流があってにょ。NES ロビー、インペルダウン。
Beautifully ties into a former win in regards to the Navy being the world power, finding and using clever ways to get around, like the Sea Prism Stones, but also this. Getting a visual of the area, but also learning how they use the current alongside their tech to change its flow as well.
あれとは別の紙だ。これはエースのやつ。
So weird how seeing a piece of paper like this got me feeling sad because I know Ace is hurting. Rotating shot as emotional music begins to play.
そうさ、その紙切れが俺とお前をまた引き合わせる。
Seeing Vivi again was nice, but mainly it's because all this time ago Oda had thought up what this paper would be used for and then revealed it like 3 sagas later.
悪い、みんな。俺、ちょっと寄り道してくよ。
I thought that was beautifully done. Him deciding that his adventure will have to come second, including his crew. His brother needs him now more than ever, and he's gonna go to him. Powerful, man. And that music that plays whilst this happened too.
これをどっかで黙ってやり過ごすことなんて俺にはできねえ。
How Luffy replies with this after being told you'll be like an ant walking into a storm, which makes me think about how powerful the people taking part in this fight are gonna end up being.
今、幽閉されておる大監獄へ行くべきじゃな。
This anime is so stupidly good. First of all, it makes perfect sense to get Luffy to go directly to the prison rather than to Marineford.
海軍大将と七部会がそのガードを固めてしまう。
But secondly, just finding out who the 3 admirals will be, one of which I haven't seen, I'm guessing, and the 7 warlords will be there. It's so good, I'm freaking out, baby!
これに応じてくれれば、それに乗じてお主を軍艦に乗せることができる。
Such an insanely clever plan because A, it sneaks him in right under their noses, and B, they'll get there very quick given the tricks they use.
今ちょうどニョンばあ様を呼びに行こうと。何があった？
100% Chopper's voice actress? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. It certainly does seem like a genuine illness now. Plot twist!
死ぬのか。
Genuinely for a second thought they'd rug pull and she'd say, am I in love? But no, seems I was very wrong. Let's go! Great plot twist!
俺急いでんだけど。
分かっておる。
Oda also seems to write even small things like this well. Luffy is in a hurry, but she says, I know that. Give me a minute, and so he leaves. It really feels like an older lady who understands both sides.
明日の朝。まさか。
He friggin' went and did it. He bought and provided me 2 rugs to stand on. He pulled one out from under me and I hurt my bum. And now he's pulled out the second one and I bonked my head. Well played.
実はわしも同じ病にかかり国を飛び出し。
Okay, what are you talking about? Is there a third rug? Is she in love with him or is it legit? Is she in love but it can cause the country's leaders to get sick? Ah, maybe that?
構わぬ。聞こう。
I'm so confused, but I think I was partly right from the last win. It's love, but it's also maybe causing her pain or something, but let's continue to go.
姉様の心の傷を知ってなお、あの忌まわしき土地へ行けというの。
I hadn't really considered how his request might tie into her prior story about her past.
それを望むなら。わらわら。どこへでも行きます。
Una basically owns a rug store at this point.
恋はいたせろ。あ、
This old lady going nuts, but massive credit to the voice actress too. Also though, she really do be looking so pretty right now.
やがてその苦しみは身を蝕み、ついには命まで奪うことに。
Ah, that makes so much more sense now. So it wasn't some sickness, it was being basically extremely depressed by rejecting that side of themselves. That's horrible, really.
こたびの召集の件応じることにただし一つだけ条件がある。
聞かせてもらおう。その条件とやら。
Oda cleared up one mystery in regards to their backs, and now he's putting out a mini one for me to enjoy before the end of the episode. This place looking so good at night. As if 412 crowd shots wasn't enough this arc, we get another one here.
ああ、そん時はサンジの作った料理をお前らに食わしてやるよ。それから骸骨の音楽家もいるんだ。
骸骨
Such a nice thing for Luffy to say as he's leaving about returning, and also just thinking of nice things his crew might do for them like this. He's really one of a kind.
なぜかしらいつになくお美しさがほとばし
I'm giving a win here for her change of clothing, but I am besides myself in how weird it is that she keeps kicking small animals that end up being bloody well put in front of her. What the hell?
ハンコックと呼んでくださいまし。
Oh.
After being told not to call her Snake Lady.
あれ、日本ばあ様顔がすごく気色悪いわよ。
がいやかましゃ
That got me.
やめなさい。
Yeah, as did that.
私たち楽しみにしてるのマキよ。
ルフィ、仲間に会えるといいね。
He continues to be incredible at writing goodbyes like this, especially getting to see the full circle she ended up doing from when he first arrived that day until now. It's wonderful.
大韓国インペルダウンへ立ち寄りたいという話なら、上の許可はなんとか下りた。
Another instance of anime wins being dumb. I thought it was some mystery condition, but it was actually fairly obvious.
宴の時、女たちに追いかけ回されて飯食えなかったんだ。
ここで見つかれば万事休すじゃ。
I can't believe that this is how they're bringing him in. He's lucky, but I guess she's feeling lucky too.
もう少し上へ。こうか。
I think he's really feeling lucky now, and she's feeling really lucky too. The visual representation of how it looks.
イクション！夜風は体に毒じゃ。風邪をひいたのかもしれぬな。
Genuinely rather impressive how she matched his sneeze. Oh, such a tense moment.
このまではインペルダウンに向かうどころか、船を動かすことすらできんからな。
Glad he said this. At first I was like, ah, because I had expected him to say it. But he said we can't return in this ungainly state. But true to Oda's brain, he also says we can't literally run the ship without them. We never saw how she did it and how it looked before, so I appreciate that.
ついに折れたようで、今こちらに向かっているそうです。
やっとか。
There are a few arcs in anime I've looked forward to more than this upcoming one with Whitebeard and the Navy and the Warlords, and scenes of their HQ are only making that hype stronger. This increased the hype by 18.7%. Finding out about the final current warlord. And don't worry about that spoiler, I know he's with the crew much later on. It's what you get when you see the actors list on my anime list so many times as I have. But he is also there right now where Luffy is heading to. A little context there, he said all 23 ships we had guarding against a possible attack by Whitebeard suddenly dropped out of communication. I'm not messing around with you when I said what I said just now. I don't think I've ever been more hyped for a potential huge battle than what Oda has been building here all this time. And now the big moves might end up going down where Luffy is heading to, and not that other final location. It's too much! And two more to end the episode. Of course, this bleeding into the ending is an easy one, that's a given. The second is that they've met up. A first for us the viewer, and Garp didn't seem happy judging from his face. And sadly Ace looked hurt, but is still looking like a badass too. So good. How he's naturally suffering from nightmares after what happened back then. The internal set design is so different to what we have seen on pirate ships, including both of theirs. It's very neat and clean and tidy in appearance.
I'd
like this version of events to unfold. Let's go with this one. That is so stupidly good. Ah! The voice actress just casually knocking the roll out of the park. You best believe I've got a trio of wins for you. One, this house and how unique it looks. I mean, come on. The duo part is this lovely looking background to where he lives. And the triumphant trio part is that we're getting to see what happened to Nami during this same time period. Yeah! So good. This poor old man, but also Nami change of clothing. This old dude is funny, bruh. Rarely do I get instantly introduced and think, this guy is funny. The way he goes, I just really want to help you. See what I'm saying? He's funny, but also I'm right away smacked with, he's very sweet too. He knew she likely needed a minute to just calm down in silence. Her just getting straight up really annoyed with the seemingly pointless demonstration. Classic One Piece to give us this really weird new location with household items that work differently to how you'd expect. I knew he had to be some kind of a wizard given his getup, but I didn't expect what looked like a spell, but could maybe be him messing with the weather, given the knots demonstration before. Also, let's give the voice actor one. He sadly passed away in 2014 at the good age of 82. Rest in peace. And now we have Nami messing with the weather in a very real and impressive fashion too. actually did manage to clear it. You give me a stunning looking visual like that, and then put that adventure filled music over the top, and you score yourself max wins. When I see sights like this and the last one, I'm again just left in awe of how massive this world is. Kid's got a friggin' cyborg dog! We're totally getting caught up with Frankie now during the same period of time. Is that a thing? He doesn't properly sneeze? He says his name instead? Ow! Hentai no! Naure! Ow! Seeing the first Frankie dance in what feels like forever. 1, 2, 1, 2, right, left, right. These two actually doing the dance as well. Learning more about this island, its very famous former resident, and naturally all the mistakes he made when saying the word genius. Man alive, you wouldn't think this place would have places like this, and yet, here we are. Oji-san? Not only is it an extremely rare change of clothing, but also a hairstyle change for Frankie. The best thing is, it's because they used tea instead of cola. Solid ending with some very funny moments, but also this mysterious end of a blocked up, maybe lab, belonging to that genius we keep hearing about. The things this poor woman is needing to do in order to help Luffy with this trip is insane. She's doing it though. I'm really not sure I'll ever get bored of her looking down her nose at people like this. Loving these little bits from her head. Brief art style change too. Wow, she doesn't suffer peepers. Speaking of things I won't grow bored of, her being like this around Luffy is amazing and adorable and near the top of the list right now. Luffy, Minna. Finally catching up with my baby Chop Chop. He just triggered auto win number 1, Chopper being adorable, and for context, he thought, what if the Navy took his friends out, bless him? Wow, so far they've all been sent to insanely different places, and each place has also looked so different to what we are used to. Him doing all this by himself, bless him. Seeing how far he has come from hating humans to now being like this about his crew is wonderful to witness. Animating a whole bunch of characters, all moving within one scene like it's no big deal. He's done it yet again. It's another totally unique island. And now I'm happy to see us catching up with Sanji. Oh, maybe he won't be so jealous of Luffy after all. The colours of this place are insane. Oh, he is constantly creating unique buildings all the time. Internal set design is off the charts for this place as well, in terms of how unique it is. A bit like the old man's house with Nami too. Oh god, poor old Sanji. Well, I'm back to thinking he will be jealous now. His reaction to them saying stop running is so good, but also that art style change too. Chrono, the Swedish Muggle, Marcelus the Roman, Nexus 47, AdmiralNugget, Moody Blues, Kody Tiffany, Timothy Wilcox, Curtis Daniels Jr., Tomo Sandy, Henrik Jessen, Tide Wes, David Freriks, OliveWharf, FuriousMoe, SaltLover, Jokerims, Rimuru, Gamer Ludwig, Onyx Calif, Donald Newburn, Robert Jackson, Sakomi Arorim, Starkip, Kai Wolfspring, Dante's Face, Mihran Ardjian, Kody Niemeier, Snowy, Sarcastic Truth, Hitter the Wicked, Will Sass, Thrasher 340, Owen Halloran, Extinct Hero, Alexander Schwartz, Dante Sol, Drake's Daughter, Rudies, Dragon Boy 1, Iso, Cameron, Mode of Rim, Tiger Lily Warrior, Knuckle Duster, Otter Abel Christian Tarassa, Matthew Barr, Ruby Rose, Commander Cyrus, Cloud Garden, Luis Minito, Brian Bayot, Mini Masher, Garrett Vermeesh, Ryan DeVeries, Dragon Defender, Natsu Dragneel, A Joker XD, Willy Man, Laxor, TRS, Liam Gogati, Kai158, Mr. Firecall, Wacky Normal, Silence 44, Lionel Schultz, Kevin Elston, Nozomi, Nick Monaco, Marvin, Satakayari, Devikel, Christopher Willis, Laxus, Michael Lewis, Lazy Joe Beard, CD Mad Gamer, Cecilia, Nick Wyndham, Nuvagown, Guru, Cedric, Kevin 102, Sean, Darth Weirdo, Dragonstorm 35, Cumfreak, Kellock, Marquez, Q-Flash, Brainless Ben, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Your Edvardson, Kepan, Kyle Jones, Peter Milligan, John, The Elementator Wars, Amadillo, Nick Pell, Orkeeper, The Ever Commander, Jason Davies, Lightly Winter, Matthew Blancett, Oscar I. Lopez, Juffer6263, Storm 970, Isel Caldera, Kevin Nauta, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Dan, Ali 50, Bird Without a Word, Chris Harris, 9028, Headshot Hunter, Brandon Creer.